on our penultimate film, let's take a look at Alien versus Predator. Our seven Paul W.S. Anderson Halloween review. And to his credit, he is better at this than Resident Evil. Honestly, not almost as much as Mortal Kombat though. He does better in this in Alien vs Predator for the most part. So in this movie, it's about Lex and her friends, specifically Lex Henderson, who go to a tomb where they stumble across three predators and they sliced most of the other people in the tomb. Meanwhile, there are eight xenomorphs there where they also kill people and kill predators, but most importantly, are trying to bring back the queen. And and then after the last surviving predator has to team up with Lex in order to stop the queen and the xenomorphs. And this I thought was honestly kind of decent. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty decent. Now court the probably my biggest issue with it is not because the movie's PG-13, which I'll admit is still a very weird thing to do, cause I understand with Mortal Kombat 1995, cause video game were still something for everyone at that time, and most kids played Mortal Kombat than adults did, than as opposed to nowadays. So it makes sense for that movie to be PG-13 because I feel like the movie wouldn't have made as much money if it was rated R compared to how it would be in 2021. But Alien vs Predator is a movie from 2004, and a movie that I don't think kids had any interest in. Um, Even today, and especially since this is a crossover movie, I bet, where the former has people get their chest burst, and the latter gets people skinned alive. And so it doesn't make sense for this movie to be PG-13, especially since this is a crossover they've been waiting for since Predator 2 comic books and video games. So it doesn't still feels weird for this being PG-13, though. To the movie's credit, there are some human red blood in this, though that mostly comes from when the predators are killing people. Cause xenomorphs kill people off screen. You don't see blood coming out of the humans. And you most on screen kills from the xenomorphs are with the predators, cause they have green slimy blood. Um, and uh, but it feels weird. Yeah, but it feels weird because there's a point where Lex's, I guess, main ally who tells the honestly kind of interesting backstory of the Predators years ago and their first fight with the Xenomorphs at Egypt. Gets his chest burst, and when you see the baby alien get choked by a predator, there's no blood in the there's he has no blood. Little baby alien has no blood. He's just clean. So it feels weird, considering that we few scenes earlier we saw this blonde woman who gets his chest burst and it was flashy. You can see some blood on the little baby alien, so again, it feels weird. And all and but yeah, but for the most part, this movie is a lot of fun. Specifically, whenever Alien fights the Predators, that the first fight was truly fun and a very awesome first start to Alien vs Predator in on the big screen. And then later, when the Scar Predator blasts the other aliens before they escaped, was a cool scene, and when Predator and Lex fight the Alien Queen at the end, that was kind of an epic climax. And Lex made up for honestly kind of a decent protagonist. She's not Ellen Ripley or Dutch Schaefer, but she's a very decent lead, and it was an interesting journey at when she teamed up with Scar, um and when at the end where she gets like the weapon that the I guess the Lord Predator gives it to her. That was a very interesting scene. And her performance is not the actress who plays her didn't do that bad. And Lex Harrison was interesting to see. Of course, he was in the Terminator and Aliens, so it's interesting to see him as in this movie as well. And the effects on the predators and the costume and the designs of the aliens doesn't look so bad. It looks really awesome. They do still have captured the magic of the original movies. Probably bigger quality than the 80s, though it's complicated. And overall, the others minor characters that mostly get killed off or whatever, probably because unlike Alien, like the first Alien movie or the first Predator movie, they don't have that much big personalities or kind of entertaining for a while before they die. Honestly, um, but overall, Alien vs Predator has some fun moments, though for the most part, it's a decent movie. It's a decent movie. Honestly, it really is. So at least Paul Anderson did not screw up with Alien vs Predator this time for this movie. So I guess Happy Hallows Eve.